everyone, it's Lacey. I just wanted to address this comment up here. It's just telling Erasmo in a short that he made about how he shouldn't be hiding or be embarrassed that he adopted some of our children, and that we should just come out and tell everybody and let everybody know the personal situation with their adoption and which children are adopted. Our adopted children went through a really traumatic experience at a really young age. They lost their birth parents, and that's their story, it's their situation. Pa and I were just put in their life as adults to try and help them cope with that situation. Pa and I have been trying to help them deal with that situation the best that we can. We're not perfect, but the best that we can. Believe it or not, they've had their own ways of dealing with it, and one of those ways is pretending that they weren't adopted, pretending that they didn't lose their birth parents. And Pa and I join them in that. If they want us to pretend that we are their birth parents and because it makes them feel better about their situation, we're going to. And that's what we did for many, many years. Actually, a lot of adopted children are not really accepted in their situation and in their new families. Our children were in public school at that time, and in public school, all of their friends are being picked up by their parents, and we're going to activities with their parents, and they didn't want to call me Lacey and call my husband Erasmo. They just wanted to call us mom and dad right away, so we just let them lead in that situation because we are there for them. I hope this clarified some things for anybody that was curious on our channel, because I can see why there would be curiosity about it. But this just kind of proves Pa's and I's point even more about concealing this information. Is when everybody found out that some of our children were adopted, there was hundreds and hundreds of comments about which ones. And if this comment is true, that they're not going to be treated differently and that they're not going to be seen differently, then it wouldn't matter because they're all our children. And it always seems to matter, not just here on social media, but when we go to church, when we make friends, it always is a huge point of those relationships. And unfortunately, in 99% of the situations that we're in, our adopted children, for the people who do know that they're adopted, they are treated differently in many different ways. Sometimes they're favored over our birth children, and sometimes they're less favored over our birth children. So it's just the reality of it. And for speaking for all of the adopted parents and families out there, I can speak for all of us and say that all of us adopted and foster care families would just wish this would stop, would love it if this would just stop. If we could just be looked at as one family, because that's how we want to be seen, that's how our children want to be seen. The details, they don't matter. In our case, they were adopted. They are all our children. And we don't care what family, friends, neighbors, our community, or especially anybody online thinks about that. And we hope that you all understand.